Aunt Martha's Escapade in Blackpool. Aunt Martha was cleaning her drawers out, 'cause our Dolly was coming to stay, when you'll never guess what she found there. It's been there for many a day. It were an old reusable condom, the sort they had in the war. Well, she laughed when she saw it. I've no need of that any more. Aunt Martha, I said, chuck it away. It smells like an old French tart. No, she protested more strongly. It reminds me of Humphrey Bogart. Now why that should be I hadn't a clue, so I asked her to sit and explain. Oh, it's so long ago, but I haven't forgot. You'd be shocked if I told you, our Jane. Come on, Aunt Martha, shocked? What, me? I do know what condoms are for, but I have to admit that I'm not 83 and I've never seen this sort before. It looked like an old rubber test tube, all limp in its cardboard box. Aunt Martha, tell me the story. Don't put it back with the socks. I thought it best to make some tea, then we could chat for a while. Aunt Martha sat down and gazed in the air. Bright lights and the Golden Mile. It were before I wed Uncle Stanley. We'd had a row one night. I wanted to go to the seaside, but he was so flippin' tight. So I took myself off to Blackpool, to a boarding house on the North Shore. And that's where I found out exactly what reusable condoms were for. Aunt Martha, I said, quite taken back, don't tell me I had an affair. No, she said, nothing like that. In them days I hadn't a care. I were 21, wild as a fox. I danced, drank wine and had fun. And besides, a Blackpool escapade is a must for everyone. It was a big black bugger from Cardiff, but handsome with biceps like steel. We went to the pictures, Humphrey Bogart. Then we went out for a meal. We danced at the Tower Ballroom. Oh, how he waltzed me around. And then we snogged to the sound of the sea and the Wurlitzer merry-go-round. I could see the memory twinkling in Aunt Martha's telltale eye, but even though I wanted to know, talk of sex was such a surprise. Yes, she said, holding the condom. 62 years have passed. But these here reusable condoms, my, don't they just last? Aunt Martha, I said, I don't want to know. You've never talked about sex. Jane, she said, those were the days. But we'll pass on what happened next. Suffice it to say, I've not been a nun. I've had some wonderful years, and I don't regret for 1 minute all the laughter, all the tears. She told me that sex before marriage with a black man on the North Shore would be our little family secret, and we wouldn't talk of it more. And that's how I came by a condom that smells like an old French tart, and a little saucy story that I have to keep close to my heart. And Aunt Martha's final words that day, as she handed me the box, were, "Promise you'll never keep it hidden away with your socks. Then when you're an old woman, pushing 83, you'll be able to laugh at memory, and maybe you'll think about me."